colleagues on the stage, should there be an need for evacuation, you're going to use the two emergency exits that are on the stage. For everyone on the floor, there is a door, the double door that is opened on my left, and also the two doors that you used as an entrance should be then used as an exit. But we can assure you that we have taken all measures that there won't be any incident. So this is just to prepare you that should there be any incident, that is how we expect you guys to evacuate our buildings and then locate the nearest assembly point. Thank you.
Yeah, she's coming.
Once again, good morning, colleagues. I come back here for different item. Remember, we are managing time due to some other competing issues that we are dealing with. So when you are looking at me here, you are looking at the OHS. The OHS simply means Occupational Health and Safety. So the Occupational Health and Safety, it's a unit that is under the human resource. In an actual fact, the director, Ms. Oyanda Ndou, was supposed to be making this presentation. But however, I'm delegated to make the presentation so that all of you who are here should be aware of the Occupational Health and Safety Office or unit. So what do we do as the Occupational Health and Safety Unit? The unit is committed to make sure that we maintain, as far as is reasonable, practicable, a working, teaching and learning environment that is safe and without risk. So attached to our commitment, it's your responsibilities. Because when you look at the University of Venda, everywhere where you will see the University of Venda, underneath you are going to see the motto that is attached to the University of Venda that says creating future leaders. By the virtue of you standing here, or rather sitting here, you have started a journey to become the leaders that the university want to produce. And one might ask, what is leadership? Or what do I need, or attributes to become a leader? So leadership, it's about influencing others, or rather capacity to influence others through inspiration, motivated by passion, produced by vision, generated by conviction, and ignited by purpose. So all these attributes that are in the definition of leadership, we expect from you. And how do you then contribute to the occupational health and safety with these attributes? Attached to our commitment to make sure that this environment is safe, it is your responsibility. Your responsibility, one of your responsibilities, if you check your residences, you will see that it is a mandate, or rather a requirement, to have the fire equipment. So attached to your responsibility is to take care of those fire equipments. So don't ever tamper with those fire equipments, because your responsibility is to make sure that whatever the university is providing to you, you take care of it. If you look at your residences, you will see that you have the first aid kit boxes that are attached. So part of your responsibilities is to make sure that no one is misusing the safety equipment. That is part of your responsibilities. Number 3, The other thing that you need to take note of is that you must always, at all times, report all the things that can make you feel unsafe, be it in lecture halls, be it in your residences, be it in your any surrounding that is under the jurisdiction of the University of Venda. In all the residences in the campus, we have wardens, of which you are expected to report all the things that you feel pose danger to your health and also to your safety. And the university, as part of the obligation, as the requirement in terms of the provision of the OHS Act 85 of 1993, Section 8, which then talks, or rather put the responsibility on the employer, in this case the university, to make sure that you guys in 2029, you are out of our undergraduate system being safe and sound. That is what we want from you. That when you go out of our system in 2029, you go out safe and sound. So it is important, colleagues, to know that when it comes to the general rules that you will be given, be it by protection service, be it by student affairs, or be it by student affairs, make sure that you follow all those kind of things. Because if you don't follow all the rules, there's going to be a problem. Because failure to follow the rules, there's going to be consequences. It is important that, ladies and gentlemen, before you take a decision to misbehave, you must study the consequences. Let me then give one example. One of the rules will be that you don't need to bring in the stoves inside of your rooms. And you might think that you can bypass your wardens, you can bypass your protection service personnel. That is very correct. You can do that, but the consequences attached to that, they are very severe. Should there be a fire, the University of Venda is insured. So under insurance, part of the requirement is to open a case. And when we open a case against you. That will be a criminal record attached to your name. So it is important that before you act smart, study the consequences. Study the consequences before you take the decision. So in terms of where we are found as the OHS, we are found at the main admin under the Employee Relation Directorate, which is under the umbrella of Human Resources. And in terms of your student representatives, we are working hand in hand, which is unprecedented. We are working hand in hand with two ministries. That will be facilities, with the Minister of Facilities and also the Minister of Safety and Protection. So these are the people that we are working with, and we are also working with your HRC. So it is important that you take note of this important department that will be helping you to graduate in 2029 being safe and sound. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Makananise. Colleagues, we are now going back to our program, and I would like to reiterate what I've indicated earlier on, that we cannot allow a situation where we keep our students for more than 90 minutes, as we are aware that some of them are now standing. So I'm going to be very strict in terms of time. We have agreed that we need to spend 4 minutes at most, so we need to reduce our speeches in order to ensure that we don't spend too much time. And I've also indicated that we are aware that some of our students are still finalizing their registration and accommodation processes. So on that note, let me invite our Acting Executive Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Social Sciences and Education, Professor Tawanda Runare, to come and deliver welcome address. Please join me as I welcome Professor Runare to the podium.
Thank you, Program Director, Dr. Zaga, the DVC, Teaching and Learning, Professor Lekala Kalamukhele, the University Registrar, Dr. J.J. Baloy, members of the Senior Management Committee present, the President of the SRC, Mr. Mate, all protocols observed. It is an honor indeed for me to stand here to be the first speaker to the first entering students, the class of 2026. I want to start by greeting you as ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's important, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important indeed, especially for those who were in high school. You are no more boys and girls. You are now ladies and gentlemen, and you must live to that expectation. I want to be brief as indicated by the program director. Now I want to start by saying that as you enter into the campus of the University of Venda for the first time, you are not just entering into a university, you are entering into a movement, and we are starting the movement in which you are joining the university in creating you as a future leader. Indeed, for those who have bought some of our Liggeria, our t-shirts and the jackets, you shall see that that is our motto, that we are taking a very important step today to shape you into a future leader. And I would like to congratulate you that you have gone a long journey in passing all the examinations of the schooling system. And to get into higher education is not an easy journey. It is a privilege that comes with hard work, and you have made it. Congratulations indeed. Now, I want to say our university is guided by 5 very important values, and those are the values that shape professionalism, ethics of you as you grow into a future leader. And these are integrity, respect, excellence, accountability, and diversity. What we mean is that integrity means you should own yourself. You should follow the regulations that are set before you, attend classes, submit work on time, and then manage yourself. Remember, there is no more father and a mother or siblings that monitor the way you work as it was happening in high school. Now it's you managing your time, managing your resources. And we are saying, show that you are now mature. Now respect. You have got staff, you have got peers, you have got your lecturers. You need to respect yourself first, and then know that it is important to respect others. Take care of the decisions that you make. Be accountable to the actions that you take throughout the period you will be studying here, and that is accountability. In other words, it is you who is to answer the things that you have done, and nobody else take advantage of the fact that the university provides you with the space and resources that are available for you to make good decisions. Now, we strive for excellency. It means that on whatever we do, we provide you with the support and the guidance and tools so that you can become the best out of yourself. And we are saying, compete first with yourself before you compete with others. Passing into higher education means you have set yourself a new target. The target is to excel in higher education, and we are saying it's important that you make use of what is available around you to succeed and excel. Now, lastly, diversity. We are not on your own. You influence others, you impact on others, and whatever you do affects others. And we are saying, as a community that is in a rainbow nation, we should understand that we should be sensitive to the differences that we are, and also to promote and accept that we are not the same, and therefore we should cherish that diversity. The differences in us, we should cherish them. Lastly, I would like to say that we are starting the journey of creating you into the leaders of tomorrow. So please expect experts that are going to impact on you. Expect peers that are going to even challenge you, and expect support from all the stakeholders. The colleagues who are going to speak to you today are going to explain the different types of support that we are going to be giving you as we change you, as we shape you into future leaders. But remember, this is very important. Remember that you are now an ambassador of the University of Venda. Wherever you are, you represent the university. Behave in a way that shows that you are being shaped into a leader. I want to congratulate you for making it into higher education, and especially for choosing the University of Venda as the university of choice. Thank you, Program Director. I would like to welcome you all into the journey of becoming a leader of tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Runare, for the welcome address. So we are now proceeding with our program, and I would like to take this opportunity and invite the President of the University of Venda SRC, Mr. Tirani Mate. Over to you, President.
Manja, Manja, Amanja, Amanja, Awetu, Awetu, Awetu. Thank you very much, Program Director. Allow me to take this opportunity and extend my revolutionary greetings to all students of University of Venda in general, and first-time entering students in particular. As well to greet my Secretary General, Manglan Demande, the University Registrar of this university, DVC of Teaching and Learning, and the team, as well as to extend my greetings to the legal service advocating people who is present here, and other HOD or faculty heads, and as well as to greet our HOD of student governance in absentia, as I am not seeing him as well. But as well to extend the greetings to all other members and colleagues that are here today. My name is Matetran Shumani, the current sitting president of this University of Venda. Before I go any further, as a way of congratulating yourself, I would like to ask you to just give it a round of applause for choosing this University of Venda as a choice of university. The sole purpose of this program is to orientate you so that when you leave here, you know what should happen when something happens. I stand here as the representative of the SRC, taking this opportunity as an important to educate you as to know what is the SRC, because many of you might not be aware what is the SRC. But I think the most important thing to start with is the definition itself. To say the SRC is an abbreviation, it simple means that it's the Student Representative Council. But the rule, as it says, is very much simple. It's just a group of student activists that are there to defend and represent your interest as students. It means that whenever you have a problem, because problems they're still going to come. I understand now many problems might not have arisen because you're still ill. But when times goes on, you're going to have challenges, and you will need the SRC to be there and represent you, your rights, and also to protect you. So I think it's best now to just quickly narrate or to structure the hierarchy so that you know what should happen when the issue arises. I think the most important structure that I should outline is the one that when you go start attending your classes, the first people that you will be, your line of reporting, they're going to be those of class reps. After the class rep, you will find the faculty reps. If the issues are not getting resolved, you'll then escalate those issues to the Minister of Education. If really there's delay, my office and the Office of Secretary General will be there to ensure that whatever that is being delayed is get resolved with immediate effect. That also relates with issues of housing, because you are still going to accommodations. You are going to find block reps, which are the residencies representative. On campus, you are going to find them as HRC. Off campus, they're going to be residence block reps. Issues when they arise with those residencies, there must be the line of reporting to them. If they're not finding expression, there will be Minister of Housing standing by to represent those issues. As soon as Minister of Housing indicating that these issues are being delayed, are not being resolved, still the Office of the President and Secretary General will be there to make sure that with immediate effect, those issues get resolved. Because the sole purpose here is to make sure that when you are going to your classes, when you are pursuing your degrees, there must not be anything that is hindering your education. There must not be any single thing that is standing before you and your future, either be the lecturer, either be the landlord, either be the service. We are here to ensure that everything gets to be taken aside. So in simple terms, I'm trying to say, put those problems as our problem. Do not stress what you need to stress about. You need to stress about understanding the content and making sure that you have enough knowledge to go and pass. Other things, you leave it to us because we are elected to represent you. Issues that I'm also outline. With finance, you will have to communicate with the Minister of Finance directly. You don't need to go round and round. Directly, if it's not getting resolved, still my office of the President and Secretary General will still be available to make sure that your rights and your concerns are addressed as proper. I think it's also important to indicate that where are we located? We are located to the first building that you saw when you are entering by the gate, which is called the Student Center. That's where all our offices of all SRC, they are present there. Not only those portfolio that I have outlined, also the portfolio of gender and people living with disability is as well represented. There's council for that, there's also ministry for that, and as well as the President and Secretary General, we are still available to make sure that that be a point that must not be left without being addressed. But also to respect time, because as well, the program director have indicated that we can't keep you for too long. Many of you are standing there and the energy is starting to be draining, so we must be mindful of that so that we excuse you as soon as possible. But I think it would be very important to leave you with a message, because I still now I understand that now you're still fresh to take a message. But if you take this message from me now and you keep it for the whole entire of your degree, you are going to appreciate yourself, or you are going to appreciate for taking this advice from me. To say, always remember that you are here to study. And for you to understand what you are going to study, you will need to be taught or to be lectured. But for you to be taught, you will have to attend classes. This is the crisis that we know you are going to start off ramping and not wanting to attend classes. So I'm guiding you now, because I know from today, making a commitment that yourself, not with your friend, yourself alone, you are making this a commitment that from now, when the classes start, you are going to attend classes without skipping any, so that you get enough guidance from the lecturers, because they're the ones that are going to set the exam. If you don't go there, you won't know what the lecturer is going to set for you. I'm saying this because I as well am a student. I did my LLB and graduated last year. As I speak, I'm finishing up with my Master's of Law degree. I did that with the same approach of attending classes. I was busy, but with attending classes, I was able to catch up and understand the content very easily. I'm not going to waste much of your time, but to end here. Amanga! Awe to, viva Univen, viva! Viva Univen, viva! Forward with black excellence, forward! Forward with black excellence, forward! Amanga, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President of the SRC, for sticking to the agreed time. I'm told the West Manager is not here, and I would also like to indicate that we agreed with the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Teaching and Learning that we should do away with the addresses by the faculty managers. The reason being that we are still going to have the faculty-specific orientation program next week. And before the end of this program, we are going to share with you the different dates on which these faculty-specific orientation programs will take place, as well as the venues. And what we'll do instead is to introduce the executive deans who are in our midst. We have the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Social Sciences and Education, Professor Tawanda Runare. Could you please rise, Prof? I've also seen the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Professor Chirizimura Uzi. We also have two other faculties. Unfortunately, the executive deans are not here, the Faculty of Management, Commerce and Law, and the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Agriculture. So on that note, we are moving on with a program where we are going to receive an address from the commercialization specialist, Dr. Ganto, but I don't see him as well. Okay, so we are moving on. Let me invite the Assistant Accountant from Finance, Mr. Lisedi Lihom. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the University of Venda. My name is Lisedi Lihomu. I'm an assistant accountant in the financial aid office. Today what I want to do is to take you through all the process of, let's say, receiving your allowances. Because when we saw that we were given this opportunity to come and present this presentation, the first thing that I thought of was, do you guys know all the process of receiving the allowances? So, life at varsity already, it's tough, even when you have funding. So I can just imagine how tough it will get if you don't have funding. So what we do as Financial Aid Office is to administer funding for all sponsors, but my main role is to administer funding for NSFAS. I want to start by mentioning the issue of students that are coming from other universities. Let's say, for example, you're coming from UNISA and you're coming to Univen as a first-time entering student. So what I want you to know is that if your status is stuck on, let's say, for example, requesting financial and academic data, you need to contact your previous institution so that they can send relevant information to NSFAS. That information can either be your results or your cancellation to ensure that your funding at Univen is not affected in any way. So for most students that are using NSFAS right now, your status is probably on provisionally funded or funding eligible. Just to put clarity on those two, provisionally funded and funding eligible, they are the same thing. They are not different. If your status is on provisionally funded or it says funding eligible, you are safe. And it also depends on the academic year that you applied for, because we have students that applied for 2026 trimester 1. That application will only be useful if you are studying at a TVET. So for your funding to be safe, you need to be on provisionally funded. Then the process cycle, it should indicate annual, not trimester 1. Those are some of the issues that we've been coming across as a financial aid office. So after, obviously you've all registered, after the registration process, what we're going to do as financial aid office is to send your registration data to NSFAS. That's when your status will move from provisionally funded to registration received. Then afterwards, what we do, we take the funding list for all students that are funded, then we start loading the allowances. In the process of loading allowances, we only load for students that are approved for NSFAS, for students that their statuses are saying registration received. So after we load the allowances, you're going to receive an SMS from Fundi. Fundi is our service provider. And if you don't receive an SMS and you hear people saying that the money is being loaded, try to log into Fundi. And if you don't have a Fundi account, what you can do is to register for that account. Log into Fundi and upload your banking details. Because if you do not upload your banking details, what we're going to do as financial aid, we're going to load, but you will not get that allowance when the date comes. So you need to make sure that your banking details are uploaded, and we use Fundi Office. Fundi as our service provider. And if you are having any difficulties, you can always go to Fundi Office. They are behind this building, the old finance, but they call it old admin, just behind auditorium. You go into that building, you go to office number 6. That's where you will find people that are assisting with Fundi-related issues. So after the allowances, the most important thing that I need to mention, I feel like it's important for you guys to know that double dipping is not allowed. Double dipping is the usage of more than one sponsor. Let's say, for example, you're funded by NSFAS, you're not allowed to have another sponsor. So you cannot use NSFAS and Funza, NSFAS and Banksita, NSFAS and Sasita. You cannot use them, because if you get approved by NSFAS and you get approved by Funza, what we're going to do, we're not going to release your allowances. We're going to load, but you will never receive those allowances. So you need to make sure that you come to financial aid office at student admin, first cubic, so that you can cancel one sponsor. After the cancellation takes place, that's when we can release your funds. The other issue that I want to touch on is the issue of accommodation. For students that are coming to, because right now we're working at ICT. If you come into ICT, let's say you go to the landlord off campus, because most issues are around off campus. If you go to the landlord and they're saying you are not on the funding list, and you know that your status is funding eligible or provisionally funded, kindly visit ICT. That's where we are right now. will check if you are on the funding list, so that that funding list can be sent to the landlord. Because these issues are arising mostly because of the landlord doesn't have the latest funding list. So if you go to the landlord and the landlord tells you to go back, don't go back home. Go to ICT, will assist in terms of verifying funding. Then even on accommodation, I also need to emphasize the issue of students that are claiming more than one dress. NSFAS is only going to pay for one dress. Do not claim a rest on campus and then go to off-campus, because the off-campus rest will not be settled by NSFAS. So you need to make sure that you only claim one accommodation, because you'll be owing. These rests are expensive, and that amount will be on you. It can cause you not to view your academic results after writing exams. It can cause you not to receive your degree certificate, because you will be owing the institution because of that amount that NSFAS did not settle. So please ensure that when you face difficulties, you come to financial aid, we will assist, and don't wait for, let's say, for Minister of Finance if it's urgent. As much as it can be useful, but remember that it's dealing with many students all at once. So if the issue is urgent, please visit financial aid, then we will assist you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liseri. I should commend you for sharing such a lot of information within a very short space of time. Thank you so much for that. So let me now invite the Manager Economic Activation Office, Mr. Morema, to come and talk to us. Over to you, Mr. Morema.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Donald Morema. Let me, through you, Program Director, observe protocol in the room. I am also going to take just a quick time to share with you a little bit about the work we do. I come from the directorate called Community Engagement, Entrepreneurship, Inclusive Innovation, and Commercialization. This is the directorate that seeks to bridge the gap between yourself and the university and the community, or rather the community, the university community at large, which includes both students' body, the community, our homes, our families and friends. So I'm going to just share with you the units that we have within the directorate that you can be able to reach out. One thing I have to say, Program Director, is that as much as the students are being congratulated for making it to higher education, there are friends waiting for us at home. They are waiting for us to finish our studies and go and join them in loitering under the sun and watching TV, because there is lack of jobs. That's where we come in, so that we can give you more skills that you can actually mitigate that risk. Now in the directorate, we have the first unit is community engagement, which is able to connect the university and the community. There are skills that are needed in the community that the university can identify and offer, and there are also services that can be offered, and that unit is helping us with that and making sure that we make societal impact. And then the second unit is the Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubation, which is also situated in the education building. When you do your faculty orientation, you will see it that side. And then that is the unit that is dealing with incubating businesses. They literally hold you from idea to business launching. So if you don't find a job, but even if you are not finished with your studies yet, you need to start commercializing your business ideas. and also formalizing businesses that exist. We also have the Economic Activation Unit, which is where I belong to, where we deal with economic activation. When you study the term economic, or rather just observe it, it literally means that any activity that seeks to empower you with the ability to fend for yourself, be it a job, be it getting skills, be it economically active, getting some sort of an income, that's where we come in. We deal with a lot of entrepreneurship training, mindset training, as well as entrepreneurship development programs. We are also situated somewhere there in the mobile offices. And then we have another unit, which is Office of Technology Transfer, that is working with external partners to commercialize and fund ideas and research through those partners and the university. So if you have got an idea or a special novice business idea or innovation or research that you want to commercialize or make money out of, and you need to protect it, that is the unit that helps you with patenting, licensing, as well as trademarking. And they also provide training on those activities so that you understand them. So before you share your business idea with anyone, these are the people you start with so that they can advise you if you can share it or you must first protect it. And then we have another unit, which is Community Business Advisory Center. It is based in Mercado, Louis Trichardt. That is responsible also to link the university with that side of the town. And it's providing both entrepreneurship development and referrals, as well as referrals within the teaching and learning or other administrative issues around the university. Some of you might be sitting here, you got information from that center. These units are providing their services through different models. And one of the models that the units are using is what we call student-led programs. So we have a student network that we urge you to connect with so that you can be part of any of the programs. Most of you might have heard of programs such as Enactus. If you go out of the door through the entrance, you will see a gazebo written Enactus. When you leave here, we employ you to go and see the team. We will also try to put some QR codes outside so you can be able to scan and nudge us. That means you leave your contact details with us and your names. It's just 4 questions that you're going to complete, and then we'll revert back to you with more information so that you can understand what we do and download some materials as well so that we can build a relationship moving forward in respect of time. We also have your SWIP programs, EDHE programs are part of those student networks which are also categorized. So you will look at them once you receive information and decide which ones you are interested in. But there will be a recruitment drive in partnership with the faculties when they do their own faculty-based orientation. Program Director, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murema. So we are now going to receive a presentation by the Director, International Relations and Partnerships, Mr. Thabo Dikgale. Over to you, Mr. Dikgale.
Program Director, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. That is much better. Program Director, allow me to acknowledge the Registrar, Dr. Baloyi, as well as the DVC Teaching and Learning, Prof. Sebi Lekalakalamokhel. Senior management colleagues here present, the SRC President, Mr. Mache, colleagues and students. Students, you are most welcome. I always say when you come to Univen, it's from Thohoyandou to the world, because there is a conception or misconception that when you come to this side of the world, you will end up here. On the contrary, the University of Venda has one of the most vibrant internationalization programs in the country, meaning that as the Department of International Relations and Partnerships, we are tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that we build and develop global citizens. There are a number of programs that we deploy and employ to ensure that we achieve that. Firstly, it's about ensuring that each student, before they leave the gates of the University of Venda, they are exposed internationally. Now, it's obviously impossible to make everyone travel overseas, but we can provide the exposure. There is a program called COIL, Collaborative Online International Learning, and I'm sure during the faculty presentations during the week or next week, you will hear more about them. But this is basically where you in your class interact with students across the world. We have COILs that are running with universities in the UK, universities in the Netherlands, universities in Belgium, etc. But we also do have mobility programs. Currently, we have 4 students who are in Belgium. We have 2 students who are currently in Germany. We also have a few students in Lithuania at the University of Mykolas. So the exposure is there and the opportunities are there. You will periodically receive, and please check your student emails, because I know that is one of the challenges that we face. All of you will have a Univen email. Please make it a habit that you use that email and that you regularly check that email, because that is the platform that the university will communicate to you with. That is also the platform where we will share various opportunities, travel opportunities, international opportunities, etc. So I implore you to please check those. Every year we have funded international mobility opportunities, some of which will be facilitated through our office, but some of which will be facilitated through the faculties. So talk to your faculty reps, ask what is out there, what can I do? But if you want more information, you can also visit our office. There are also exchange programs that are happening in the faculties with various countries. The countries that are mentioned, those are exchange programs that we run on an annual basis, and there are more that we will share when we do the faculty presentations. However, you cannot take advantage of any of these opportunities, especially the travel opportunities, if you don't have a passport. Right? You all know what a passport is. And I'm sure some of you may have it, some of you may not have it. It's a very important document. It's not just a document that you will use throughout your academic career, but it's also a very good personal document to have. Today, and during your tenure here, you will meet friends and colleagues from various countries. You may have already met students from Zimbabwe, students from Kenya, students from Cameroon, and you may want to visit them, and you will need that passport. So we make it easy for you. Every quarter, we bring the Home Affairs here on campus to run what we call the Osalating Passport Drive. I think last week they were here on campus, and in the next quarter, they will also be here on campus. So you just go, it's usually by the sports hall, you just go with your ID, and you do your passport, and then you can collect it at a destination of your choice. So if you want to collect it in Pretoria, you want to collect it in Joburg, you can make that arrangement for them. But they will come to you here on campus. And lastly, we are launching now, we launched last year the Internationalization Awards. And this year there will be recipients. There are 4 student categories in the Internationalization Awards, meaning that these are not exclusive to staff, these are not exclusive to lecturers, but we also want to award and reward students who participate in internationalization activities. The prize may be a travel to Europe. So please pay attention, take advantage of the opportunities that we share, and ensure that you benefit fully. We also have the International Students Help Desk that is found by the old clinic next to ICT. You can go there. There are colleagues who are always stationed there. For all international student queries, you can go there and our colleagues will assist you with any of the queries. As the international office, we will also be hosting an International Students Orientation Week where we will take you through different processes specific issues to look out for international students. There is also the buddy program, which will be launched around March, April. This is a program where we bring international students as well as local students together to build intercultural competence. So it's a separate program that will run through the year. We do it together in partnership with the Community Engagement and Entrepreneurship Directorate. Usually there is an entrepreneurship task that you have to work out, and you look to develop a business solution to whatever challenge that we see in the community. All of this speaks to building graduate attributes. The degree that you will receive is only the beginning, but it's about how do we then differentiate Univen graduates from the rest. So entrepreneurship, internationalization, global citizenry is what we believe will set us apart. So I wish you all the best during your tenure here at the University of Venda. And please, anyone who stands here and any other office that you see around campus is your office. So please feel free to visit that, and please feel free to visit the international office. All the best for your time here at the University of Venda. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Digale. So I'm now going to invite the head of student counseling and career development at the University of Venda under the Center for Higher Education, Teaching and Learning, Dr. Pilar Namutandani. Over to you, Dr. Namutandani.
Thank you, Dr. Zaga, Prof. Lekalakala, Dr. J.J. Baloyi, Prof. Runari, in respect of time, all protocols observed. From Center for Higher Education, Teaching and Learning, we are the core, meaning anything and everything that has to do with your support, whether it's teaching and learning, you need tutors and mentors, you need time management, whether even if it's something that has happened in December. Anything and everything. Remember, as we are all seated here, all of us, we are very different. We come up with different issues, be it self-esteem. If it's self-esteem issues, you are likely not to participate very well in class. If it's the issues at home, they'll be calling you, asking for money from that allowance. So you might struggle with those little things, be it Mjolo, be it GBV, be it participating in even informal or formal activities. Come to us. Chettle is encompassed by 4 units. It's Student Counseling and Career Development Unit. In Student Counseling and Career Development Unit, you will find psychologists. Any issue that is too sensitive, private, that you wouldn't otherwise stand here and talk about it to everyone, we have confidential services that you can come to us. Even my bosses, they will not hear about it. So it is really, really private and confidential. You can come to us, they are professionals, they'll be able to help you. And remember, we do not only deal with problems. Hallelujah. We do not only deal with problems. Yes, we deal, if you have depression, you have chronic conditions, we'll be able to help you. But other than that, our main target is your wellness. We remember if your wellness is not on par, you are likely not to succeed in terms of your teaching and learning. So wellness is our number one. So don't underestimate the service and think that if you come to student counseling, it means maybe you are depressed or you are suicidal. Yes, we'll help you with that, but the target is for you to be well, for you to succeed in your studies. The second one that we do under student counseling is career development. Most of you have registered, we've been here since last week. They will talk about, hey, I'm doing computer science and I'm confused. This is the unit for you. We have peer helpers with black shirts, written peer helpers. They will be helping you throughout the year. Anything and everything that has to do with this directorate, they will be able to direct you, whether it's faculties, anywhere else. If you see peer helpers, reach out to them because they'll be in your residences, they'll be in your faculties, anywhere and everywhere, reach out to them. Other than that, we have disability unit. This is the unit that caters for students who are differently abled. Let's say it's physical. Maybe you can't see very well, or you are using a wheelchair, or you need any kind of assistance, or you are on chronic medication that affects your concentration, or it's just a temporary, you are on 6 months medication. This is the unit for you, because it will happen to you. As long as we are human beings, we will go through something. And when that something happens, reach out to us. We also have e-learning. All of you at Univen, you will be expected to use our learning management system, which is called Moodle. And if you struggle with that, this is the unit for you. Reach out so that they can be able to assist you. And the last unit in our directorate is ADU. It's Academic Development Unit. Here, if you need time management, your mentors, your tutors, remember this unit, you don't only go to it if you have failed. Even if you do not reach your potential, you get your 50s, but deep down you know that you can easily get 70s. This is where now they can be able to assist you to identify where the problem is. But other than that, in respect of time, there will be gazebos outside. Go to them or reach out to peer helpers, they'll be able to assist you. In closing, I want you to know this. As you begin this journey, remember that success at university is not measured solely by grades. It is measured by your growth in knowledge, character, resilience, and purpose. So if any of those issues are not dealt with, you are likely not to be successful, or you are likely not to be miserable. And for you to thrive in whatever career, in you and in enjoying being a Univenian and in becoming the leader that you should be, reach out to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nomutandan. Colleagues, I'm sure you'll agree with me that so far we are doing well in terms of time, and this is precisely because we have realized that there are so many of you standing and we cannot keep you for too long. So I would like to appreciate the colleagues to stick to the time that we agreed on. So on that note, I would like to invite the head of student governance, Mr. Andisani Materemusa, to come and talk to us. So let's welcome Mr. Materemusa to this podium.
Thank you very much, Program Director. You look shocked. What's happening? Nda, Minjani, Aushe, we're all not responding. When I say we are the future, you must say no one can stop us. We are the future. We are the future. We are the future. No one can stop us. No one can stop us. No one can stop us. We are the future. Thank you very much, Program Director. I believe that no one is going to stop you because there's no one who stopped you from coming to University of Venn. And your journey starts today, and we're going to work with you through this journey for maximum of 4 years, or maximum of 3 years, for those who are doing 3-year qualification, because we don't want stories. Come 4 years, come 3 years, you will tell us that you are unable to register because of this reason or the other. So your only reason for you to be here at the University of Venda is to study, pass, and go. That is the only reason why you are here. My name is Mandisani Materemusa. I'm from the Student Affairs Directorate, which is led by the Dean of Students, Mr. Asdou Mukeri, who has delegated me to come and deliver this message on behalf of him. Student Affairs Directorate only have 4 units, which is Student Governance, Sports and Recreation Unit, Student Housing Unit, and Campus Health. All these units, they attend to your issues outside the classrooms, and the main reason for these units to exist is to support you outside of the classrooms. We deal with your issues when you're outside of the classrooms. When you are happy, we are there. When you are angry, we are there. When you are dirty, we are there. When you don't have Wi-Fi connectivity, we are also there. So we make sure that you are well, you do not have a reason not to go in the class, study, pass, and go. So I am from the student governance, which is, I'm the head of student governance, which I'm representing. And the main reason of the student government, or the main responsibility of student governance, is to make sure that the student voice is represented in all decision-making bodies, which is led by the president of the SRC, who was presenting here. And we also responsible for developing policies and review policies which governs the students while they are here at the University of Venda. We also assist the SRC in implementing their plans of actions which are meant to support the core business of the university, which is teaching and learning. All those who were class reps in high school, all those who were president of LRC in high school, all those who are aspirant leaders in different or various angles, it does not end there. You still have an opportunity to lead here at the University of Venda, but the main fundamental aspect that you must achieve for you to be in the SRC is to pass. You will never lead if you don't read. The president of the SRC is a master's candidate of law. So he is a very practical example. For you also to qualify, you must pass, and you must also have that leadership capabilities. So we also have student housing. Who is staying in the university residence here? Who is staying in the university residence? Where are you staying, Kant? There's no one who's staying in the university residence, but the residence is full. No, we are also responsible for providing decent, proper accommodation, both in campus and off campus. We have a very 5-star accommodation in campus, and we also have 5-star accommodation off campus. If you don't think it's 5 stars, then it's your issue. To us, it is 5-star. It is a 5-star accommodation. So when you are there in the university accommodation, we urge you to make sure that you behave, you are at your maximum behavior, and we do not expect to solve problems. There's no any single parent who sends their child here to come and be assaulted by others. So once you start assaulting others, you will hear what will happen when the next speaker comes here to the fore. We had challenges of GB violences in our residences on campus and off campus, and we do not have any room to accommodate those with barbaric behaviors. We will send you to police station. There is a case which is running now. The former student is still in jail. The president will communicate as to what is happening as and when such times arrive. So we are also responsible for sports and recreation unit, which provide various number of sporting codes. Those who are active in sporting codes will still give you an opportunity to come and participate in the sporting codes. We have various sporting codes such as soccer, netball, volleyball, badminton, and others, just to mention a few. We also have campus health, which is led by Wodongora. The campus health is also having capable staff which is trained, professional staff which is trained, nurses and a doctor, which are mainly there to service you. We do not want you to have a reason that I did not write a test because I was sick. So if you are sick, you just go to campus health, then you will be assisted. For all those who are staying off campus residents, even if you get sick wherever you are, we have 24-hour service ambulances which you can just call at any time. They will come and assist you wherever you are, campus and off campus. In respect of time, Program Director, I would like to take this opportunity and welcome you at the University of Venda, and we are looking forward to work with you for this academic year of 2026 and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Matere Musa. So I'm now going to invite Advocate Tanyani Mpepu from the Directorate of Legal Services to come and talk to us. Over to you, Advocate Mpepu.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Program Director, and all protocols observed. I am Advocate Mpepu, attached to the University of Venda Legal Services. I know most of you have never been in this situation wherein you find yourself talking to lawyers throughout your entire studies. Goodbye to those days wherein you will meet in the morning in the assembly point. Goodbye to those days wherein you will be seeing your principal now and then, engaging with your principal as and when, and goodbye as well to those days where an attendance register in the class will be signed. When you are not in, you will be marked absent. And welcome to the university environment. I must congratulate you all for the choice that you have made. We have got more than 20 universities, but you chose to come and be with us. Let's clap a hand for ourselves. The previous speaker made you or caused you to sing a song. We are the future, and no one can stop us. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling you upon to listen to me carefully so. It is only the legal services that will stop you. And we are very much capable of doing that. Mark my words, I don't enjoy seeing you leaving the university through other means, because there are a number of ways in which to exit the university. I enjoy seeing you graduating. And I'm saying to you, let's meet again, say in the next 3 or 4 years, when you'll be graduating in this very same hall. The Department of Legal Services, ladies and gentlemen, it's situated up there in the hills. It is nicknamed Nkandla. I will tell you when we meet in your different respective faculty orientation, I'll be there. I'll also advise you to make sure that you attend to a program which is scheduled to take place on the 9th of February. It's called Karidibane. That is where you will get to understand a lot of what Dr. Nemthandani was saying. Please diarize that date. It's very important for you all. Legal services deals with all university legal issues, advising the University of Venda management, giving legal advice to you as students. Our doors are always open for you. This is a new environment. You're going to learn a lot of things. Some will cause you not to be with us in this university. Please be careful, align your choices, choice of friends and choices of what you do. Let me also remind you that you are guided. Your stay with us is guided by the university rules and regulation, which you will find on our website and on the university calendar. Please make sure you go through that document. It's very important. See it as a Bible, because that book guides you on how to avoid appearing before the University of Venda disciplinary hearings. Moving forward, the University of Venda has in the past noticed a number of cases for the benefit of today's sitting. I'll touch more on the issue of irregularities during examination. This is the conduct that I know you are used to, and you were never told the consequences of doing shpigiri during examination. If you are here through that means, you are in a wrong place. We discourage that. And I must tell you, if you are caught cheating during examination, you are brought before the disciplinary inquiry, found guilty, a recommendation is made. Possibilities are you might be suspended from the university or expelled from the university. I know that is not what you want. Am I right to think in that pattern? I'm in a way testing your understanding. Can I see if we are together by a clap of hands? Thank you very much. Also, the issue, you know, you are still new, playful, energetic. Your senior students will recruit you to join different political formations. They will also influence you to engage into the illegal protest action. You know, it's nice singing, chanting, closing the gates. But let me tell you, there is danger there, a very big one. If you are found to have participated into those activities, you will be brought before the University of Venda Disciplinary Committee, to be specific, before me, the speaker, and I will deal with you successfully, so to an extent that possibilities of you being expelled from this university are very high, will be very high, and the possibilities of us recommending blacklisting your name to other universities are also very high. Ladies and gentlemen, because of time and comfort that we are still going to meet in your respective faculty orientation and on the 9th of February during Ka Ridivane program, we will share much there. Thank you. Thank you, Program Director.
Thank you so much, Advocate Mpepu. So I was not aware that you are this tall, Advocate. So I have to adjust the mic. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now proceeding with our program. And in case you are not familiar with our 5-year strategic plan, one of our strategic thrusts is to be an entrepreneurial university. And the university management has taken a decision that we should introduce a university-wide module on entrepreneurship. So it is therefore in that context that we have made provision on this program to share some information with you about this module. So on that note, I would like to invite Professor Diko Makia, who is the project lead, to come and briefly share with us more information about the entrepreneurship model. So please join me as I welcome Professor Makia to the podium.
Thank you, Program Director. I stand on the established protocol. Let me also add my voice in congratulating you, dear students, for choosing the University of Venda. Program Director, there is an old adage that says you can take the boy out of the ghetto, but you cannot take the ghetto out of the boy. Dear students, this expression seems to suggest that we are who we are according to what our history, our story, or our context dictates. That is a half-truth. In fact, in the mathematics of entrepreneurial mindset, half-truth plus half-lie is equal to a big lie. So I'm here to remind you, dear students, that you are not your past, you are not your immediate circumstances, but you are your own future. And to echo the sentiments of the two previous speakers, no one can stop you except yourself. And you would stop yourself by the choices that you make. And therefore, to help you realize your full potential, the university, like the program director hinted, has decided to develop a compulsory, I call it a short learning program, which is titled Introduction to Entrepreneurship and Entrepreneurial Mindset. And the purpose of this is to remind you all that indeed you have a choice and also a responsibility in crafting the future that you desire. The module is also set to assist you, to equip you with the requisite knowledge, the attitude, and skill set that would help you make positive choices, but also ensure that you experience good entrepreneurial success, whatever your entrepreneurial intentions are. The program also seeks to remind you that indeed you can get a learner out of the ghetto and that learner can become a global citizen of repute. In each one of you, dear students, I want to remind you that you have inherent potential to become the best amongst equals. In the interest of time, Program Director, we would provide you with details on the program, the content, the schedule, when we meet during the faculty orientations. May your stay in the University of Venda be fruitful, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Makia. We have in our midst members of the executive management. I'm sure you might have heard different speakers acknowledging the University Registrar, DVC, and so forth. So I would like to formally introduce our Deputy Vice Chancellor for Teaching and Learning, Professor Sebi Likalakala Mkhele. Prof, can you wave? We also have in our midst the University Registrar, Dr. Joel Baloy. Dr. Baloy. And we also have the Chief Financial Officer, Mrs. Mavis Magie. Mrs. Magie. So colleagues, I have indicated at the beginning that this event is intended to mark the official opening of the orientation program of the University of Venda, which will be followed by the faculty-specific programs, which will take place next week. So before we conclude this session, I'm going to share with you different dates on which the orientation program for the faculties will take place, including the venues. So I therefore now have a great pleasure to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Teaching and Learning, Professor Likalakala Mkhele, to come and deliver the official opening address. So join me as I welcome Professor Likalakala to the podium.
Members of the University Management present, senior management, academic support, student leaders, ladies and gentlemen, our dear first entering students, Ozinga, who are here because of you. Good morning. Dumelang, you sound so sad. You ought to be excited to be here. I know that you're tired, and I can see, Zaga, my students are standing, and you know my stance. I'd love to have it differently done. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the University of Venda. Today marks the beginning of a very important journey and chapter of your life. I was smiling when Advocate Mpoepu spoke and referred to the gone and over is this and over is that. And truly, you are going to experience that. Mom and dad are no longer here. You are independent. You can do what you want, but that or which that you want to do has limits. And you need to be the counsel and the guide of your own journey. On behalf of the Council and the Senate and management and the entire universities, I truly want to welcome you here. Welcome home. This is your home, away from home, where you're going to hone your skills, where you're going to go out, achieve what you wanted to achieve. He actually said, in his words, he does not want to see you leave the university on the basis of different reasons, but only on the basis of you graduating. And I can tell you, this is the same venue that you're going to walk up the stairs to come and get your qualification. You're joining the University of Venda at an opportune and very exciting time in its journey. The university is currently implementing its very new 2026 to 2030 strategic plan, which is guided by our very bold vision of being a university leading in engaged scholarship. Our mission is very clear. It's to produce graduates who are locally relevant and globally competitive. And I think from what Mr. Dikale indicated earlier on, you have an idea of where this university is heading. This means your education here is designed to connect your knowledge with real community needs and also preparing you to succeed and to compete on a global stage. At UniVen, students are the center of everything we do. You probably are surprised, why are all these people speaking to us? It is because student-centeredness is what we do. And it's not just a slogan, it is our guiding principle. It shapes how we design our curricula, how we teach, how we support you, how we measure success. Your academic progress, your personal well-being, and your future readiness are our core priorities. We recognize that learning takes place in a digitally transformed world. For this reason, UniVen is developing and improving its digital teaching and learning environment, and over the next 5 years, teaching and learning plan will steadily strengthen this area. We recognize that learning takes place in a technology-driven world, and we also recognize that majority of you are actually technologically savvy. So we really want to assure you that this university is working to expand the use of modern learning platforms. There are actually a few of them that are already in existence, blended learning, online classes. We have our library digitalized resources, technology-supported assessments, and feedback tools to better support your learning experience. Your education will also be research-informed and inquiry-driven. You will learn from academics who are active researchers and engaged scholars. From your very first year, you will be encouraged to question, to investigate, to apply your knowledge to real challenges. I'm sure from what Professor Makia has just said, with that compulsory entrepreneurial module, you can already just imagine what UniVen has, the menu that we have for you as our student. As a comprehensive university, with a strong public mandate, UniVen offers programs aligned with the national development priorities and regional and economic needs and global trends. Your studies will include opportunities for work-integrated learning, opportunities for entrepreneurship, opportunities for many other issues, innovation, your ethical practice, and the development of key graduate attributes so that when you graduate with both competencies and confidence, then we can actually say, certainly as a university, we have developed those kind of students that we really desire to have. We are equally committed to engaged scholarship. Learning here actually extends beyond the classroom into our communities, into our industries and social partnerships. You'll have opportunities to connect theory with practice and contribute to social and economic transformation. Our aim is to develop graduates who are locally rooted and globally competitive. We also understand that university success requires more than academic ability alone. That is why we continue to strengthen academic support, student advisory service, psychological support, and any walling system. When challenges arise, You are not alone. Support is available, and we encourage you to seek it early. Your journey here is a partnership. The university commits to quality teaching, enabling infrastructure, ethical governance, and supportive learning environment. And in return, we ask you of your commitment, your integrity, your curiosity, and active participation. Student-centeredness means you are not passive recipients of information. You are active participants in your own learning. Learning is not something done to you. It is something you do. It requires engagement and responsibility. So, in practical terms, this means your voice matters, learning is active, support is available, responsibilities is essential, growth happens beyond your classroom. So get involved in many projects if you, as possible as you can. Remember this simple truth as you begin. In closing, you belong here. Your voice matters, again. Your success matters. Be curious. Be disciplined. Remember, you're going to form a lot of relationships. Good friends. Some of you are going to live as husbands and wives. We don't know. But one thing that I want to say, as your DVC, make sure that, girls, you came alone. Don't go home in two pieces. Boys, if you're not ready for marriages, be careful. We have a very good campus health here for all of you. And everybody must take responsibility for procreation. So you decide, have I come here to study or to have a family? The choice is still yours. But I can tell you, our campus health has got very good reproductive health products that you can make use of. And I'm not encouraging you to do anything that you're not already encouraging. Remember that. But it's important that you, I think, take even the words of the president. You are here to study and you are here to pass. And if you get it from your core fellow students, then take it serious and take it as an important thing. Your parents want to see you back home, not with babies and families, but with certificates. We are committed to providing a learning environment that is meaningful, that is inclusive, that is digitally enabled and connected to the real world. This is your time. Take ownership of your journey and place yourself at the center of your very own learning. Once again, welcome to the University of Venda. We look forward to working this journey with you and celebrating the graduates and the leaders you will become. This future is yours. Take it and no one can take it away from you. Welcome again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Likalakala, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, for teaching and learning, for officially opening the orientation program for 2026. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am now privileged to invite the University Registrar, Dr. Joel Baloy, to come and express our gratitude. Please join me as I welcome Dr. Baloy to the podium.
Thank you so much, Program Director and my colleagues in the EMC, the DVC Teaching and Learning, the CFO, President of the SRC, members of senior management that are here, and the deanery, and let me say all protocol observed. Thank you so much. It's a singular privilege for me to stand here to really welcome you as first-time entering students at this august institution, the University of Venda, where futures are carved and leaders are developed. I want to just start by the way a lot of reflections that were made today here, and one analogy that was given as an analogy of a journey that you have embarked on. So what you have done here, you have embarked on a journey. And we could put it a different way and say you've started a race. And you need to then determine that you are running this race to the finish. Run it to win. And don't run it to fall by the wayside and not reach your goal. That is very much important. Let me just give this little anecdote, an anecdote of two brothers that were born in the same family, born in an impoverished background where it was difficult growing up, and they grew up in suffering. And many years later, when we then looked at these two brothers, one of them was very successful. He had achieved a lot, and he had really made it in life. And the other had remained in the village, essentially becoming a hobo. And they were then interviewed, and they were asked the same question. And the one who had become successful was asked the question, what made you to be here? What is it that made you to be here? And then he said, I came from a very poor background, a very impoverished background, and life was difficult, and that gave me the determination, instilled within me the desire to make something out of my life. And that is why I'm here. I had to work hard to reach where I am. And they then went to ask the brother who had remained in the village and had become, a non-entity, as it were. They asked him, what happened? What made you to be here? And he answered and said, I came from a very poor background. I was raised in a family where there was suffering. I went through hardships, and that is what made me to be where I am. So you can now see two brothers, different outcomes of their lives, and it all had to do with their mindsets and their attitudes. The same applies to you here. You have been given the same opportunity, starting on the same footing with everyone else. There are some things that you are exposed to today, opportunities, even though you might not see them as such, that were not available to generations before you. I was a student at this university many years ago. What this university has become, what we were exposed to, pale in great comparison to what the university has become, and the opportunities that you now have, we didn't have. I'm talking about simple things like getting an up-to-date as someone who was studying law, getting to be able to study or get the latest case law, or to be able to get updated textbooks. It was difficult. And also it was difficult to even get a textbook. We had to line up and had to wait our turn to get a textbook. That's what happened to me in this university. But I had a mindset of success, and that is why I'm here, I'm where I am today. So you have opportunities. There are opportunities. Professor, Mr. Makananisi, of course, told you about safety issues that are very critical. Even as you walk in the campus, you need to observe safety rules and safety notices so that you stay on the safe side. Professor Runare, the acting executive dean for the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences and Education, painted a very good picture of what it means to be in an institution of higher learning like this, and actually encouraged you to focus. There was reference to a whole number of opportunities that are available to you. He spoke about opportunities that are available even for you to actually venture overseas, if you really have the same, the right mindset. The SRC president, Mr. Mate here, painted to you this picture of someone who is really focused and resolved in what he's doing, even as a student leader. Doesn't mean that if you're a student leader, then you should not focus on your studies. He told you, he finished his LLB, he's now doing his Masters of Law, and that should actually give you an encouragement. Last year and the year before last, I had the privilege as the registrar to drape the graduation hood on a number of SRC leadership members. And that was encouraging and thrilling to me. There are two responsibilities bestowed upon me as a registrar. One I dread, the other I revel at. And the one that I dread is what Advocate Pepu was speaking about. Because when he processes disciplinary hearings and the like, they then bring to me letters of suspension, letters that mete out the sanction that you are to go through, suspension and all that, and I have to sign that letter. I do it reluctantly, but it has to be done because it's important to maintain discipline. But what I enjoy is when I'm standing here during graduation time, and you come, and I take that hood and I drape it over you. That is any registrar's dream. So I wish it for you also. And Mr. Lihomo was speaking about very important matters around financial support and financial aid. And many of you here are here because you are sponsored through NSFAS, which is a good thing. Maybe for the first time you are going to find yourself getting some money coming into your account that you had never had in your life. And it calls for discipline, because you could decide to use that money on booze or whatever. Or you could decide to use that money on going online and ordering stuff all the time from Shein and Temu and whatever. But you could also have a different mindset. There was conversations here about opportunities that are available within the university to actually, one of the objectives of this university is to position the university as an entrepreneurial university, a university that develops entrepreneurs. And there are some students already within the university that have actually gotten involved in entrepreneurial projects, selling stuff and all that, and we provide support for them in that regard. So you need to, it's about your mindset. And then Mr. Murema spoke about economic activation, and it was along the same lines of the various projects that are here to assist you in inculcating an entrepreneurial mindset. And to actually, you could actually get out of this university owning your own company and doing stuff, that fosters entrepreneurship. And we had Mr. Dihale, who was speaking about the university's internationalization programs. And that's something I alluded to say there are opportunities for you to go study outside, and actually, go out of the country in educational and tours and the like. And you just have to be on the lookout. He spoke about the fact that you should use your University of Venda email address, because that is the one that we use to communicate. Our marketing officers communicate all the time. Opportunities that are available, bursaries that are available, collaborations that are available. You just need to be on the lookout for those opportunities. And then Dr. Nemutanda from the Center for Higher Education, Teaching and Learning spoke about the various programs and projects that they have within that unit. It's a unit to support you in your learning journey, so that nothing should distract you from actually focusing on your academics. So there are mentors that are available. There are, issues around counseling, career development, support for differently abled students. So all of these are available opportunities that you should make use of. It's very important that you focus. We've had situations here where students have had to go through traumas that they should not have had to go through. We have had, in one case, a case of a student committing suicide because the girlfriend did this or that. The boyfriend stabbing a student, all those kind of things. Why do you get yourself through all those traumas? You are here to study. Focus on your studies. There's time for everything. And this is time for you to focus on your studies. And then the HOD for student governance was also highlighting to you the support that comes from the office of the Dean of Students in terms of various things, in terms of housing support or your support as in your accommodation, whether on campus or off campus, matters of student governance, campus health, that is a campus clinic we have an ambulance for the university, 24 hours. We have all these opportunities that are there for you. You shouldn't sit and die inside when there is assistance and help that is available for you in the university. And that is very important. Sporting codes, extramural activities that you can get involved in so that you focus. Our teams have really featured even in national competitions. So you need to participate in those various sporting codes, football, netball, and what have you. And Advocate Pepu was reminding you of the importance to walk on the safe side and avoid trouble for yourself. You don't want that situation where you have to be suspended for 2 years and cannot do anything because of a misconduct that you committed. Or, in the worst scenario, actually expelled from the university, never to study again. You need to make sure that don't get yourself into trouble. Keep on the safe side. You will have a lot of freedom here, a lot of freedom, because no one is watching over you to say, hey, wake up and go to the class. No one is telling you to mark a register and call you, why didn't you come to class? It's you now, you are deemed to be adults. And so you need to demonstrate that you are really grown up, you can think for yourself, and you know what is good for yourself, for your life. So that is very much critical. Familiarize yourself with these rules, the G rules, so that you can understand what you can do and what you cannot do. Plagiarism, copying in the examination, and all those kind of things can get you into serious trouble. Professor Makia, who is a project lead for entrepreneurship, gave very important information about a program that is available to all students to train you in entrepreneurship, in line with the vision of this university to develop leaders in entrepreneurship. So that when you go out there, you don't have to be worrying about sitting and trying to get a job that is not there. You can already start doing something because you have gained those skills in entrepreneurship that are critical. And then, so you see, entrepreneurship looms large in the university's vision and strategic plan. It's something that is at the core of what we are striving to do and to be, to make you a globally competitive citizen and locally relevant. Our DVC, Professor Likalakala, spoke as a mother to you, as she encouraged you in terms of things that are important for you and the things that you need to really focus on. And she was speaking about the support that is available for the academic project. The universities exist solely for one thing, and that is the advancement of the academic project, which simply means ensuring that you can come to this university, start, study, and then exit within the prescribed time, which is very critical because if you go beyond the prescribed timelines, what is called the N+2, then you find yourself in all sorts of troubles. You find yourself getting mired into these dreaded scenarios of two dreaded scenarios, what we call academic exclusion or financial exclusion. You need to be very much careful about that, that you never come to that point. Academic exclusion means you have exceeded the number of years in which you are supposed to be at the university, and therefore you are not allowed to proceed. And you have to make a very strong case under exceptional cases to be allowed maybe one more year, but otherwise you would be excluded. So strive to ensure that you exit the system within the prescribed or the stipulated time. Financial exclusion means that NSFAS, who is funding you now, will tell you, we can no longer fund you because we're aiming to fund you for 4 years. We're aiming to fund you for 3 years. And now you have exceeded that period and we cannot fund you. And it becomes very difficult for you to continue within the university system. So those are things that are very important for you. So with these words, I want to welcome you, and I want to give you assurance of the support that is available from all of us here to ensure our sole imperative is to ensure that you can exit the system as a proud Univen alumnus. That is what we really are looking forward to. And so I wish you all of the best as you start in earnest with your academic project. Don't wait for any other time. Start from day one. Prepare. Prepare like you are going for an examination, and start from day one to ensure that you can, get the success that you are desiring. I thank you so much, Program Director.
There was the University Registrar, Dr. Joel Baloy. So as we are concluding this session, there are very important announcements that I would like to make, and I would like to request you to listen attentively. So the first announcement is on Wednesday, the 4th of February, we are going to have the official opening of the academic year. And this event will take place in this auditorium starting at 9. So I would like to encourage you to be seated by 8:30 in the morning. And classes will commence on the 9th of February 2026. And as I indicated earlier on, the faculty orientation programs will take place as follows. The Faculty of Science, Engineering and Agriculture orientation will take place on Monday the 2nd and Tuesday the 3rd of February 2026. And this event will take place in this auditorium from 9 in the morning. The Faculty of Management, Commerce and Law orientation will take place on Tuesday, the 3rd of February 2026, starting at 9 at Lecture Hall E1. And the Faculty of Health Sciences orientation will take place on Monday the 2nd and Wednesday the 3rd of February 2026, starting at 9 at Lecture Hall E3. And the Faculty of Humanities, Social Sciences and Education will take place on Monday the 2nd and Tuesday the 3rd of February 2026 at Lecture Hall 1, School of Education. So this brings us to the end of our program. and I would like to encourage you to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for your attention. Registrar, I think we'll